In what way? What do you mean?
Usually it's some type of a church. I know it started with a South Korean cult of some kind. And
Oh, that's
Italy,
interesting.
it's, yeah,
That happened in my
because,
area. It was
yeah,
a chorale group that was meeting at a church, and they met and basically said anybody has symptoms, stay home. It wasn't to stay at home yet, but they ended up with like a ton of people actually coming down with it. Two of the people now died.
mm,
I guess we gotta find him again.
I was thinking he might pop back up here, but I don't see him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
same.
sometimes that happens, but I don't know if this becomes our new normal. I might have to get into the mask business.
You know what? When people talk about how they've been sewing masks and all this kind of stuff,
Hmm.
it makes you think that well, once the sickness goes all the way, I wonder how many people are going to turn into robbers.
Well, they are having an uptick in robberies because it's an ideal environment if you're gonna, so no one's gonna question you walking around in a mask, right?
Oh, did you find him?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
someone
over
found him
here.
over here.
East of Overlords. I saw Prisoner 1141 earlier. That was kind of funny.
Are these other guys waiting too, Maxie?
Yeah, yeah. One other guy.
Okay.
And we thought our squad was small.
Yeah, really. Well, all I can say is that we're fortunate we have the internet for something like this. Otherwise, I think a lot of people would be losing their minds right now.
Yep.
Well, if the internet goes down, then there's one more institution that they have to say is a required institution to be open.
I'm afraid to ask
What's that?
which one.
I'll give you three guesses. The first two don't count, but Tanny has to answer.
The library, we're close to.
Exactly. Libraries would have to reopen if the internet goes down.
Yeah. We're sort of semi opening back up next week. We're going to be doing virtual services.
I'm kind of stuck because I still have four books checked out from Western's library.
Yeah, they probably told you not to worry about returning them, right?
I haven't heard anything.
I mean, that's what we're doing with ours. I've got some of my own that are going to be overdue.
Criminals. Library criminals.
I think it's because the shutdown, or I mean, the stay-at-home thing came out before they actually were due back.
Yeah.
I guess we can do Relk's Salon. That looks pretty decent.
There's one in Dvin's Reach. If you want.
Oh, okay. Did I miss which one?
East Lurk, LA, I
Oh,
think.
East Lurk. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the name. Let's see. I think it's.
I put some markers option. Sorry,
Oh, there it is.
I was I was
I was
right
trying
at
to
this
look at the
marker.
screenshot because I couldn't remember exactly where it was. Stupid NPC.
Good to meet you.
Get out of my way. Okay, so probably struggle a little with the strike mission. Do we want to just do bounties or?
Yeah, sure.
Bounties is fine with me.
Alrighty. See what is available here?
We'll go not rack up diligence.
I guess SAB starts next week, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a pity you can't take a squad into that.
I know. I wish they would just change everything to squads.
Yeah.
Or add some things for guilds or something.
Yay, Choya.
Woohoo!
Someone got the Queen Hidaxu. It's lit right now.
Okay, we can hit there first. Did you grab Choya? I can grab it.
No, not yet. Let me check on Hidaxu.
Okay, I'll grab Choya and we'll see.
Not started. Okay.
Is the timer running?
No. And no one's here, so good for us.
Did you grab the Udaxu bounty so you can start it, or?
No. But I can grab it now.
Okay. Yeah, because I just grabbed the Choya one, so. Alright,
Okay.
we'll start with Eudaxi then, and
Nah, no one was there. I think we can do Choya. I don't know.
okay, you do Choya first then. That's fine too.
Make up your minds.
Sorry! Yay, a race.
I just heard an NPC make a reference to Joko's wrinkly behind. And those drakes are still eating all the fish.
Yep.
Whatever that event is, nobody must ever do it.
Sorry. Yay. Gotta go close to be able to hit.
You can get hit by the giant lasers.
Yeah. Danny. And still no Topher.
Yep.
Has he said anything lately?
Nope.
He used to be talking shit about the Democrats and stuff. How Democrats equals, what was he gonna say? He just told it. He's the Democrats equals hate America.
Oh.
Yeah. He says the sorry, the Democrats Party is far worse the enemy to America than Russia or China can ever be. uh, I guess Topher just being so expressing his
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah, I never came back to the game. Or TeamSpeak or anything.
You know?
Yeah, really weird.
Honestly, though, if you're going to use that as a statement about Democrats, you have to qualify that. And the qualification for that would be because of Democrats' hatred of President Trump, they are worse for America than anybody else.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense now, but I mean, it's
You
Topher.
could probably make the blanket argument that our own politicians are the worst thing for our country, regardless of enemies, right?
Yeah.
But Topher is just like, I mean, it's like, I always like when people tell me, okay, when, you know, somebody calls you a bitch or a dumbass or something, but let me know why I'm a dumbass, you know? Like, which people just started saying things that are random, but I mean, I guess proof.
Well, if you're going to make an assertion of any kind, you should be able to support it, or you should keep your mouth shut until you have a way to support it, right?
Yeah.
Lots of people have feelings. They don't really have opinions, because an opinion requires some kind of understanding of the subject.
I saw that any.
Damn it.
Yeah, most people don't actually have an opinion. All they're doing is they're spouting other people's opinions that they've heard.
Yeah. They just feel a certain way. It's much easier to feel than it is to think, right?
Well, I've always tried to figure this out. Why my mom and I have very, very different political opinions. And I think I figured it out one day.
Oh, yeah.
It's because of the television shows that she watches, like The View.
Oh, God. That show is, I don't even have words.
See, I'll make a statement about like President Trump. It'll be more of a well, as factual as you can be with the ability to research however we can research. But it's
Right.
more of a factual statement than an opinion statement, like based off of somebody's show.
Yeah, that show is just...
And I'm
I
sorry
don't
if
know how
somebody
any
likes it.
intelligent person can watch that show and not, like, want to vomit after, like, 5 minutes, but...
I mean, the one I choose to watch probably isn't much better, but it's a little bit more entertaining, and I don't hate a lot of the people on it. So
we can go try to catch a Facet, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to check it.
I hope we don't lag all the way through it like I just did with Choya.
What's the show that you watch, Craig?
oh, I occasionally watch The Talk.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one.
I for some reason, for me, I've liked Sharon Osbourne and some of the things that she said. Not everything she says, but some of the things she said.
Oh, so who's on The Talk, then?
Well, it's changed up just recently. It was Sharon Osbourne's still on it. Oh God, what's her name? The black lady, I can't remember her name. And now Marie Osmond's on it.
Oh, interesting. Is it a political type of show or just general subject? Maxie, does someone have the bounty or no? Because
Yeah. Now someone just started.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Oh, it's one of those ones that talks about whatever's going on in the news, whether it's political or social. They like if a star makes a comment, they'll comment about it, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think in some ways it's kind of like The View, but it's very much less political.
Well, my problem with The View and shows like it is that you have no basis in fact for anything you are saying, and you're spouting off just half-cocked feelings about things that are it's terrible. You can't have any kind of useful discussion like that.
Sorry.
Well, I think a lot of it's really because of the vitriol that Whiskey spouts.
Vitriol is the word. That show is dripping with vitriol.
And that's the new Mother Abigail.
Yeah. God.
Between her and it's that Joy Behar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're rabid. They're like rabid squirrels. They are out of their minds with it just, yeah, terrible. You know, the thing is, you can have differences of opinions with people, and you can debate them on facts and interpretations and have an interesting discussion. It doesn't need to involve hatred. It doesn't need to involve feelings at all. You know, if you get so emotional about some belief that you hold because you cannot support it and therefore it makes you angry, you should question the belief. But most people can't define why they believe in anything because they don't even think about it.
Yeah, Whiskey should be more like Dolly Parton.
Bruh?
I like Dolly Parton.
She's been asked many times to make comments, to comment on like stuff that's going on in the world, and anytime it's political based, she just says, "No, I'm not going to comment on that because she's an entertainer. She's not a political analyst."
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I like Dolly Parton's classy. I mean, she's, smart woman.
She's done a lot of good work.
Yeah. I met her twice, I think, when I was in Nashville. She was a smart lady.
I think Facet loves me.
Does a lot of work for literacy.
Yeah, the whole Dollywood thing and all that. I mean, I really like what she's done and how she's conducted herself. She doesn't apologize for, for things that she enjoys or does, or, I mean, it's just so few celebrities like that.
Yeah, I'd like some of her collaborations, and but then her partner's one of the best duets ever died. So.
Oh yeah, Kenny Rogers. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody even paid attention because they're all worked up about the virus.
Yeah, it's a shame, right? I really liked Kenny Rogers. I mean, he had that whole scandal and all that way back when, but I mean, setting whatever that was aside, I liked his music.
He did?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
This is a long time ago, but he had some thing where he had these this voicemail thing he was doing with young women to I don't know if it was just talking dirty to them or whatever, and someone released some of them and it was a big thing for a while. And I mean, probably pretty mild by today's standards, but
I've never heard of that. Or if I did, I forget about it.
oh, you broke up there, Kenny.
Badly during Choi, and it's continuing.
Ah, gotcha. Eudaxi next, Maxi? That's the one you're holding, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
And the worm is not up yet.
I'll let you guys soften them up.
And it's always around this time you have this network issues, Danny.
Anytime something intense starts.
You should have them come out and just look at it since you're home anyway, or at least when you are home anyway.
I'm just amazed it's still online. I figured everything would crash with everybody home.
I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed that most of the providers have been able to handle the demand because it's definitely spiked. Yeah, 'cause if there was a big
Ouch.
power outage or a big internet outage now, it'd be riots.
Thank
Because
you.
all these people would be able to work from home too.
My webinars!
Well, I was talking with one of my favorite restaurants. I've gone to eat there a few times since this all started. Well, not gone there, but takeout.
Order, right?
And the first couple of weeks, she was losing a lot of money. But now a few other restaurants in the area have actually, they just basically closed. They didn't even want to try and do the takeout. And it's like, that's crazy, but it sent more business her way, so it made her and me happy.
Yeah, I mean, if if you can find a way to survive in this, it's great because the unemployment rate I think is already at 13-15%, and I think depression levels are 20%, and we're only a couple weeks into this, so they figure we'll be beyond depression level unemployment in another week or so. So.
Well, and then, of course, now Domino's got this national campaign for hiring people.
Well, yeah, you got to figure they're probably swamped with orders, right? They need delivery people, I'm assuming.
Well, I was going to go pick up some prescriptions today, and I thought, I'll just do an online order from Fred Meyer's for the other stuff that I want, so I don't actually
Right.
have to wait in line at Costco.
Mm-hmm.
And they had absolutely no spots open in their pickup, or like the car side pickup.
Right. It's that way here too with Bonds, like this grocery store here, grocery chain. They have like delivery and orders and curbside and all that, and you can't get anything for months. I mean, so you might as well just forget it.
But you got to think, if you're a restaurant and you know that part of your business normally is takeaway, you would have to look at what your normal takeaway is and look at the cost-benefit analysis of, should I stay open? Am I going to break even or lose money? I mean, because here's the point. If you close, you're going to lose even more money. But if you open for takeout, you might not lose as much, because I'm sure you're still going to have to pay rent.
Oh yeah, well, that's the other downstream impact is mortgages and all, there's so many things that are going to cascade fail because of this, right? So.
Well, especially since in our state, there's a $5 million small business like loan type thing you can do to stay open. The only requirement is you have to pay your employees their regular wages.
Yeah, I don't know how $5 million is going to even get close to covering that, right?
Well, a small business, that can borrow 10 grand, that might be enough to keep going for 30 days for just certain, for some employees.
Well, you got to pay employees, which means you have all of their ancillary costs, and then your food, if you can get it, because that's another problem. It's like, where you get the food.
Well, and I was thinking of like all the food that these restaurants already have that they had, beforehand. That if you don't use it up, you're going to lose it anyways. You might as well stay up until you're out of food.
Oh, look, I would, if I had a restaurant, I'd totally stay open. You'd have to change, a lot of restaurants would have to change everything they did to sort of gear towards just takeout, but I mean, some are doing it. I agree with you.
The ones that get me though, like there's a coffee stand that's closed. Now wait a second, you're normally a drive-through. Why are you closed?
Well, remember that some of them may just have trouble getting supplies, so they may not be able to be open. Just, I'm sure Starbucks sucked all the air out of the room when it came to certain things. And see, the thing is, what they're not considering is that, okay, there really isn't any such thing as a non-essential job, because someone still has to make products and deliver products, sell products, distribute products, or all of that stuff is shut down. But they're not thinking of the downstream supply chain destruction that they're incurring with these kinds of policies. You've got farmers with their entire crop rotting in the fields because they can't harvest it. You got dairy farmers that are like out of business because they can't get their milk to market. You don't hear about any of this stuff, but this is what's happening because of all of the downstream effects of shutting down the entire economy. It's really, farmers were having a hard time before this, and so I really feel for them.
Yeah, I know a
And
local
several dairy
farmer.
farmers that they're just beside themselves. Sorry, go ahead, Craig.
Oh, there's a local farmer here, potato farmer, that had a field that they said, "Hey, we can't harvest it. We don't have the ability to." So put it out there, social media that anybody wants to come out and bring your own box and go ahead and dig your own potatoes. And then they had a great big huge box for if you wanted to dig some for like food banks.
Yeah, there was an onion. I think it was an onion farmer too that lost their. I mean, it's just. I know a lot of farmers. I've been on farms and ranches and things like that. So for me to see that, like just food sitting there rotting, it's heartbreaking. It's just like it's just total waste. I mean, not to mention the fact that their livelihood is sitting there in the field, right, being destroyed, and it's just terrible.
And there's actually some farmers over in Eastern Washington that they're telling, like milk farms, and they're saying, "Hey, we want to pay you to shut down permanently."
Oh, so you're seeing, yeah, because they're doing that in 5 or 6 other states. They're shutting down the dairy farmers. I mean, a friend of mine showed me his letter. It's like, yeah, we want you to shut down. He's like, what? So,
Well,
yeah,
they did that here, like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. They had this dairy farm buyout thing where they paid, they gave them good money to quit the business. They paid them basically for all their livestock, and then X amount for their actual farms, and let people get out of the business if they wanted to.
well, they were sucking all the businesses up into the corporate farming, right? So,
Well, it's a commodity too. You get rid of some milk, the price of milk's going to go up. That's going to drive the price of everything that needs milk to go up too.
yeah, not a fan of crony capitalism like that, but yeah, that's definitely what, happens with all crops like soy and wheat, corn. They're all subsidized and manipulated, right? So,
One thing that is way down, I noticed, is gas. It's like $1.60 a gallon here.
yeah, they're okay. No champs on this map. The whole gas. Probably no one's been paying attention to what's been happening in the oil markets, but there's a big war going on between Russia and Saudi Arabia on the pricing. So it's like, yeah, it's changed, but no one cares because everyone's preoccupied, right?
Wasn't it back east somewhere? Someone said that the gas is like now it's down to under $1 a gallon.
It may well
I haven't
be.
seen that. It's cheap. For California, it's cheap because it's down around $3. But we're normally the most expensive gas in the country, so.
I think it was like Louisiana or something.
Yeah, gas is cheap in Louisiana for sure.
Heck, up here in Washington, it's down to $1.99. So
Legendary Hydra is up for grab here along Elona Riverlands.
Okay. I got Legendary Hoarder here in Desolation, so we can do Riverlands first, and then we can just do this one.
Okay. Let me me check if the other legendary is up too.
Okay. Now, the problem is that even when this is, hopefully over, assuming this doesn't become our normal every year and we just shut down the world for 2 weeks when it's flu season or something, it's going to be hard for a lot of these businesses to come back at all.
No, it'll become more like a futuristic world, like you see where people, you have to go outside, you have to have hazard suits and that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Hazmat suits. I mean, you'd think it was just crazy. Like, before this idiocy began, you'd think this was like, there's no way this would happen in America. And it's like, it didn't even take 2 weeks, and our entire way of life is dismantled. Constitution's in the toilet, and, here we go. It's just, wow.
Yeah, the other legendary is up too.
And probably was one of the least deadly flus that we've had in the last 50 years.
I know, it's doubly ironic. Are you gonna put a marker, Maxi, or?
Sure.
I don't remember where that bounty is offhand.
For the Hydra.
Yeah, we'll do Hydra first. That's Grottos.
It's
Grottos.
Zohigra Zos, the name of the bounty.
No, I mean the nearest POI, Whispering Grottos, right?
No, Dragon Hearth. I just linked it in the squad chat.
Pay attention, Optimus. Jeez.
Sorry.
That's Whispering Grottos, right there. I was looking at the map, that's why I didn't see your.
Ah, yeah, the zone, yeah. The POI is Dragon Hearth, yeah.
More clear. But that's really the question, is like, what do we do next year? Or, every flu season now? Because if this is the precedent, like,
We can make a new festival, no? Ouch.
I like the way Sweden is doing it. And Sweden's like, it's a fucking flu, get over it. they didn't like, do any of this shit. Time to move to Sweden. It is really hard to immigrate to Sweden, though. Oh, I should call this on Snapchat too.
Oh, it's interesting. I did learn a couple of new things about playing The Witcher that
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know, and it's like my fourth, fifth time kind of playing through.
Uh-huh.
I learned what Whirl was. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was something that was random.
Oh, right.
I mean, I even had the skill train and had the skill on the thing, the mutagen tape or whatever. But I didn't know you had to hold down your attack key to get it to function.
Well, you know, you get. I mean, and it's funny because it happens in this game too. You get used to doing things a certain way, or you know, and you don't even notice certain things sometimes. You know.
Well, in the past, one time it would randomly happen is because I was spamming the attack key, and I spammed
right.
it just enough that it was like it was being held down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then in Toussaint, I beat the tournament and got the sword from there. That's a pretty good sword.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Oh, the handle looks like a sway view.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Thank you. Spirit's not here.
I miss you.
Yeah, I hope I'm sure she's doing okay. She's probably just occupied with school or what have you.
Oh god, now I'm thinking about future day. Because I don't think it's in the first season. I think it happens in the second season. They're using their time, their what you call it, TBD, the time.
Little time travel thing.
Oh yeah, time travel device. I'm trying to think of what they call it. And it scrambles them a little bit. They change body parts.
Yeah, it's definitely a quirky show.
So Josh ends up with Wolf's dick.
Oh boy.
Oh, and it's not small. At one point, somebody takes one off of a different Josh because there's this period where there's a bunch of Joshes, dead Joshes in a room, just because of the storyline, and they took one of his and had it like in this plastic bag to give back to Wolf. Said, "Hey, we can transplant this back onto you."
Yeah, must be something to be a writer on that show, huh?
And then the quote was, "It's like, did you know this thing weighs 13 pounds?"
Oh boy.
And Wolf just goes, "Yes, I did." Well, that's part of the quirkiness about it, how it really is an adult-themed show, but they don't take it like a seriously adult-themed show. If that makes
Yeah,
any sense.
it's a very odd sort of brand of humor, right?
Well, of course, it has to be when you look at some of the people that are starring in it. Josh's parents is Ed Begley Jr. and, oh God, what's her name? I gotta look it up now because his mom she's a famous, somewhat famous blonde comedian. Oh, and Haley Joel Osment did it too.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. That's right. He is in that. All right, so we could squeeze in one more if anyone wants to, or we can call it here.
I'm
For some
in favor
reason,
of
her name
calling it.
doesn't sound familiar, but her name's Glenn Headley.
The name's not ringing a bell. Sorry, what was that, Tim?
I said I'm in favor of calling it, but I don't know what anybody else wants to do.
All right, well, first voice gets the choice, so.
Well, no. We do have others here.
Whoa.
I mean, we're close enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
It went relatively well for having a small squad, so
Time to do some real damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start working on my
Ouch.
berating people.
yes, get on the
But-
berating.
Hi, hi, hi.
It's all your fault, Ash.
No.
Now Maxie's got me looking for the show that I was telling him about because I remember the stupid title. I wish the search in Netflix was better. Ugh.
God, I can't stop yawning.
Sorry.
It's one of those days, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why she only showed up in the first season. She passed away in 2017.
That would explain it. Have you watched Russian Doll, Maxie?
Not that I know of.
That's pretty good too. It's sort of like a Groundhog Day type series, but it's good. You'll probably get a kick out of it. I'm going through my list here looking for that damn show, so.
Oh, I kind of like how they played with his last name too in the Future Man show. His last name was Futterman.
Oh. Right. Unless it wasn't Netflix. It's hard to keep track.
Oh, and you said the other one you said was Code 8?
Code 8, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of funny. I go to Netflix and that's the show that they have on the very opening preview.
Yeah, it's new, so